Okay, so we're going to start putting together our Bafang mid drive on our Rover. One of the first things I did was decide where to put the display at, and I've already had a couple of these Menorah T-handle accessory mounts on my trike, and I decided this was the best way to do it, the best place to put it. When it come to actually putting the thing together, this is what I did. Okay, I went ahead and I took the T-section off of the mount, and I went ahead and mounted the control panel and the controller for the control panel onto the mount here. Now, this is pretty simple. The panel that has the buttons on it that are just going to control the big panel here, this has one little screw. It goes into a, there's already insert in there. The panel itself, however, was a little bit more difficult, and I'm hoping I can show this to you why. The panel clamp is actually one piece, okay? And if you look inside there, you'll see there's a little square nut. And on this particular panel, I had to put that nut in there, push it down in, then line up the holes here. After I had the inserts for the rod here, so that this thing would actually fit. And when it sits, it's going to be sitting like that. I'll show it to you how it looks like. Oh wow, look, you can see my reflection there. I'll show you what it looks like on the bike here a little bit later on. Oh yeah, you can see the reflection of the camera. Okay, here's the camera and me in this display. But this is how it looks, and it made it a lot easier to put it together here on the bench. That way I only have one screw here that I have to put in order to get it into place. This thing has screws on each side so that you can adjust this as necessary. These screws are actually just tight enough to hold it in place because I don't know exactly where it's going to go. On the back side, you've got a wire coming out of it, coming over here to your controller. Then you've got another one that is going to have to be plugged in. And I'm probably going to need an extension cable for this. I don't know. I won't know until I get the motor installed in the front. So this is how I did that and how I got that to go. Now the nice thing about these Menorah T-handles accessory mounts is this is a aluminum tube with a couple of caps on it. If this isn't long enough, I can get a round piece of solid plastic rod, cut it to whatever length I want it, drill a hole in the center of it so that it mounts on there, and then I can have a rod that sticks all the way out here if I want to. So, you know, you're not limited to just that rod, which happens to be about 4 inches long. So you got 4 inches worth of rod there to put this on. If you need more, you can swap that out with a piece of solid plastic rod. It'll work great. Okay? So, yeah. That's how we put this together. Now, once I get everything together and I have got this sitting where I want it to sit, I will tighten up these two screws here at the bottom. I'll tighten up this one right here. I'll also tighten up these two side screws on the panel, so because the panel adjusts back and forth this way, but you can also adjust it on the mount itself. You know, so there's a lot of play in here. You can do a lot with this. All right. So that is the first thing that I did as part of this build.